Question number 5. The graph shows how current I varies with potential difference V across a component X. Okay. What you observe, the current versus V voltage is not going to be a straight line, it's going to be in a non-linear. Outline why component X is considered non-ohmic. Okay, that's what we discussed now. So this is considered non-ohmic because I versus V, for 1 mark, I versus V does not follow linear variation. You can write like this, or you can also write the slope of V versus I will not be a constant. It implies R fixed. Whenever resistance is varying, okay, then IV characteristic graph, definitely it is not going to be a linear area. So now let me move on to the next. The component X and a cell of negligible internal resistance there are placed in the circuit. Okay, so the component that you saw here, the graph, that is placed in a series circuit like this. The ammeter reads 20 milliamperes. Determine the resistance of the variable resistance. Now ammeter reads 20 milliamperes. Now what is that you are expecting? You are expecting to go back to the graph and understand, okay, some circuit parameters and hence to calculate the value of the R voltage. At 20 milliamperes, what is the voltage drop across this? If I get to know this one, I can get to know what is the voltage here, and thereby I can find out what is the resistance, right? Because the same current will flow here. Same current 20 milliamperes will flow here. Here also 20 milliamperes only. Okay, but the voltage across this can be understood only from the graph. So now let us go back to this one here. And 20 milliamperes here. If I draw a horizontal line here, this will intersect the curve at this point. If I draw a vertical here, this will stand over here. So this is between 2 and 2.5. There is no grid line over here. We can safely assume this could be 2.3 volt, right? When I take this as 2.3 volt, so what I can do is I can once again go back here and I say this is 0.3 volt, the drop here, and this is 2.3 volt. This drop should be 1.7 volt because 1.7 plus 2.3 becomes 4 volt. Now this is for 3 months. So what is it we need to write? We need to write Vx is equal to 2.3 volt at Ix is equal to 20 milliampere from the graph. This gives you 1 point. You have identified the proper value of the voltage. Then hence we are at Ix equal to 20 milliampere is equal to 4 minus 2.8, which should be equal to 1.7. Okay, this gives me the second point. Then therefore R should now be equal to VR divided by 20 milliampere, which should be 1.7 volt divided by 20 milliampere. Now equal to, let us calculate that value. 1.7 divided by 20 will give me 0.085. 0.085. Usually when it goes upwards, it becomes 10 cube, right? 10 power minus 3 goes upwards, 10 cube over here. So this should now be equal to 1, 2, 3. 85 ohms. 85 ohms. So the value of R is equal to 85 ohms. This completes full 3 marks. Okay. Next, let us move on to the next one. Calculate the power dissipated in the circuit. What is the power dissipated in the circuit? So now what do we have here? We have the value of R, which is 85 ohms, and the value of the X value. What is the value? Is the value of X value known to us? No, we don't know the value of X. What we do is we will calculate the power using the formula P is equal to I times V into I. What's the value of I? I is 20 milliampere. What is the value of V? Where voltage supplied was going to be, how much was it? 4 volt. 4 volt. 4 volt. So totally it should be 4 into 20 should be 80 milliwatt. Or maybe you can write it as 0.08 watts. Right? Both are right. Okay. Next. Component X and the cell are now placed in a potential divider circuit. So earlier what was happening? You had a resistance and you have X which are being connected together in series. Now I have removed that one and I have put in a potential divider circuit. X is in parallel. parallel over here with the ammeter. State the range of current the ammeter can measure as the slider S of the potential divider is moved from point Q to point. So you are taking this S over here, you are putting it initially here, and then you are slowly moving it from here to this point and asking what will be the current that you get over. Okay. Now when I put this one here, what will happen? So this appears like a short circuit here, right? So what will happen? The current here will start from here, it will come here all the way down, and then this slider is over here. So therefore it doesn't pass through this one here, and then it goes through this one, and then it directly passes over. Okay, which means what? So there is it's completely a short circuit over here. So let me write down at yes, I write like how much mass is this? Yes, 1 mass. F is at Q, circuit is shorted, which means zero current, because no current will pass through this X over here. Therefore every current will only pass through this one. Okay, zero current. And then if S is at P, then what will happen? So all the current will be passing through the X over here. So in that case at 4 volt, let me go back to the graph. At 4 volt, what is there is a 4 volt. 4 volt is here. What is the maximum current that can pass through it? The maximum current that can pass through it is going to be 60 milliamps, right? So I will take this as 60 milliamperes, and I will write this as 4 volt. The current I is equal to 60 milliamps. That's what can I say? He's asking about the range. The range should be 0 to 60 milliamps. Okay, this should be your right answer. Next, describe by reference to your answer for C1. What is C1? Or this question. Okay, the advantage of the potential divider arrangement or the arrangement. What is the advantage of it? The first advantage which we can say here is that we can say there is no zero current possible there, and here you get a zero current. It's what we can say, zero current is achieved in potential divider arrangement. What's the next step? And so we have got the first one, and the second one we can say is we can also say that the current can be varied appropriately instead of having a fixed value. Okay, sorry, can be varied appropriately by moving the side. Okay, and the maximum current is equal to 60 milliamps. The potential divider arrangement. Okay, so thus you see, so this is what you can observe, and so with this I think we have come to an end to this particular